Alright, what is up guys? Professor Akali here bringing you a new video of the first reworked lethality gameplay slash I guess overall explanation for Season 10 and all of the crazy new pre-Season 10 changes. So guys, first things first, there are a bunch of new lethality changes, but on top of that, I don't think many people have mentioned this, so I'm going to quickly note that there are small jungle changes too. Jungle has been, I believe, nerfed by 5% in terms of how much experience you get per camp, so that's something I just wanted to quickly note going into this video. Anyways guys, lethality, there are so many different changes. Starting up first, Edge of Night is now like a Banshee's Veil. You don't actually cast it situationally. It just pops up every like 45 seconds. But more importantly, I want to talk about the two new items. The Sanguine Blade, which gives you lethality, obviously, same as any other lethality item. But if you're split pushing, or aka you're by yourself, not next to any teammates, you get a huge buff of attack speed. I think it's 40 to 80% depending on your level. So 40% at level 1 and then 80% at level 18. So there's that. There's also the one lethality item that builds from Tiamat and Sari to Dirk, so it'd do exactly what you would imagine it to do. Actually, I guess I don't think you can imagine. Anyways, what it does is if you use the active, it has an active effect. It actually does isolated damage in a cleave, assuming there's no, I believe, champions nearby. But anyways, it's an item that builds off of Tiamat and Sari to Dirk. And with the addition of these two new lethality items and the fact that no lethality items that are currently in League Season 9 and previous are being removed, there is a new cap on how much lethality you can get. You can get a whole new, like, just another level's worth of lethality, which means that tanks are essentially not going to be able to stand for very long. But I do want to mention really quick that all lethality items share this like 2 item set bonus, where if you get 2, you get a nice bump of lethality, you get a little bit of bonus. And I think Riot is trying to encourage players to not build more than 2 items worth of lethality, and the fact that there is all these new situational items, there's the cleave lethality, there's also the split pushing lethality. I think they want you to pick your best 2 situationally. It's like every game's a new situation, and just go with that. But anyways, let's talk about the game really quick since we are already like a few minutes in. This is a game I played at Riot headquarters. This is straight out of the test server where all the secrets can be revealed if you are fortunate enough to be able to play there. And yeah, so they told us to include that. I should have probably said it a little bit earlier, but I forgot. Anyways, that is going to be that. We're playing with a bunch of ex-pros and YouTubers and streamers, and pretty much, I guess, literally everyone is 2 or 3 of those things I just listed. But anyways, yeah. So we're playing Nocturne, and the reason I wanted to play Nocturne is because he is a champion that can go lethality. He's not like known to have that be his best build, but I like to play in lethality, especially in solo queue. The thing is, when you're playing with literally all diamond players and challenger players, troll builds don't tend to do as well, and you might be able to see that later on. But the thing is, lethality, Nocturne snowballs really hard, kind of like this Nunu that just snowballed right onto me and killed me and shut me down for a solid, like, I don't know, it was worth like 1,000 gold. Unfortunately, you can't see the chat to see how much I was shut down for, because the world, like, all the secrets to Season 10 and 11 and 12 are like in that chat log apparently, so Riot wanted us to blur it out. But you can see, you can still do things with a bunch of damage, like, assassinate tank Nunus. I like to go lethal tempo on Nocturne because you get a bunch of bonus damage off of lethality, bunch of AD, and your Q. So when you have lethality giving you a bunch of attack, or when you have lethal tempo giving you a bunch of attack speed, you're like basically smacking them with tons of like hard hitting autos. But yeah, we got the dragon. I didn't show, but the enemy team got mountain first, and then we got infernal. So that means that the 3rd dragon is going to be either cloud or ocean, and sure enough, it is the cloud drake. So what this means is, there's going to be these little like wind things going on all around the map, and you get bonus movement speed when you're passing along through them. But more importantly, all future, because no one's gotten the Cloud Drake buff, like, you know, kill the Cloud Drake for one of the buffs, you get 5% increased, or 5% cooldown reduction on your ultimate. And I may or may not be able to say that we kind of knew it was going to be Windrake, but if I'm not able to, I'm not going to say that. But because maybe that happened, I got Presence of Mind and Ultimate Hunter on Nocturne, and guys, it's actually so hilarious how low your ult cooldown gets as you progress through the game. 40% CDR, 3 Cloud Drakes, Ultimate Hunter, Presence of Mind. Literally, you have your ult has like a 5 to 10 second cooldown, and then literally Lux will have like a 5-second cooldown just throwing lasers out. If you get 1 kill, you have like no cooldown period, and it kind of, that's just what happens when there are so many different tools to get ultimate cooldown reduction. You know, 40% works on enemy spell, any and all spells, and then you add an Ultimate Hunter, Presence of Mind, and now this Cloud Drake. It's just too many things in my opinion. But you know what? For YouTube content, I think it's hilarious and I love it. So, you know, you guys can let me know in the comments what you think you would want to see in terms of champions that have 0 ultimate cooldowns, not in Earth either. Because, like, it's really like you're taking this game into Earth at this point. But yeah, anyways, moving back towards the game, you guys can see that we're doing pretty well. I picked up the split pushing item first because that's generally how I like to play Nocturne, as a split pusher. Because when you go like AD Assassin especially, you can't really team fight. You'll fly in and get one shot by any decent players. And this might be a little different if you guys were like in gold or lower. You might be like thinking, what does that even mean? You're fed, you just jump in and kill them before they kill you. Like I guess in plat and higher, especially like mid-plat and higher, players will focus you down really well to the point where you can't even get more than 1 kill. And trading 1 for 1 when I'm 10 and 1 is not worth it. So I think my gold, all my damage is better spent split pushing. Just a little pro tip for y'all out there. But yeah, so we're doing it big, and I think something that I want to mention is I'm not exactly sure if you can get 100% lethality or something close to that. The point is, I'm not necessarily sure yet if it's a good idea. I'm actually leaning towards the fact that it's not good to get more than 2 lethality items, just because your item selection will be, you'll be able to get way more stuff, like whether it be health, tankiness, wait, that's the same thing. Whether it be health or crit or AP or anything like that, I think you might be better off spending your gold on stuff like that. And Bunny tries to steal my kill. Oh man, I pinged him back IRL. But yeah, so that's something to note. In terms of tier list for the new lethality items, I do think that we're going to be seeing a shift in assassins, and this might be, instead of Rise of the Elements, it might be Rise of the Assassins. And I think I mentioned this in the Akali video, my Season 10 Akali video. You guys can check that out on my channel. It's literally the last video before this one. But I'm pretty sure because of all these new item selections, I think Assassins are going to be bumped up a tier. And really quick, you guys can see that because Cassiopeia is the most broken champion in League of Legends. I don't know what it was, but we were just not doing damage to her, and she was just healing up, and it was just insane. But yeah, so Assassins are going to be stronger, for sure stronger. And I'm not exactly sure how much, but we'll have to see once like the pro players decide to test it out for themselves, because I'm not good enough to say for sure. So I don't like to say it. So I don't like to say definitely. So, you know, we're gonna pick out Cutie right here. He's not having the best jungle Nunu game, that's for sure. But yeah, I wanted to play more than just Akali when I was at Riot, because I wanted to test out, you know, the new lethality. And obviously, playing anything other than Akali, laning versus a high elo player is probably not the best idea, I would say. But yeah, so I decided to not do that, and we should go Nocturne jungle, which funny enough is like my pocket pick for when they ban Akali. Nocturne mid, baby. Please don't flame me. So, jump in, and you guys will see throughout the game the ult cooldown gets shorter and shorter. Right now I only have 30% CDR and rank 2 ults and like 1 or no Cloud Drakes. But once if I get a kill, 40% CDR, a few Cloud Drakes, Ultimate Hunter stacked fully, then it does become increasingly ridiculous. I think the funniest part of this game was the fact that Lux was having like a 5% ult CDR, or what, 5 second ult cooldown, and yeah, that's pretty much that. But I mean, as you guys can see, throughout the entire game, we've just been playing standard jungling. Like, we gank lanes, we clear the jungle, and we gank lanes, we clear the jungle objectives when we can. But this is going to be a quick tip for literally everyone that plays League, because even top lane should have teleport probably. You guys want to get dragons a lot more now. Cloud Drake is worth a lot more. Mountain Drake might be the worst dragon now, because it gives you only a little bit of armor and MR. Depends on if your team comp has like tanks. Like, I think if you have like 3 or 4 damage dealers in one tank, it honestly won't be that good. Kind of like how if you had a bunch of assassins, former Cloud Drake with the movement speed would be pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, so I think you guys definitely need to go for dragons a lot earlier, like group up as 4 or 5 for it, and just try to push leads as hard as possible, because that will be winning you a lot of games. But, you know, with that said, we got pretty much all the lethality items, but I want to get 40% CDR for the troll, the really troll, you know, the fact that we can have as much ult cooldown as possible. So that's like pretty much the goal of this game. I wanted to get, see, like right now we're at 27 seconds on an ult. Like, if we get a kill, presence of mind or 2, we literally drop down to like 15 seconds. And yeah, and Lux was like literally, I was watching Lux, because Bunny was sitting next to me. I was just watching him ult at like 5 seconds, on a 5-second cooldown. But yeah, the Nexus is pretty much open at this point. We've cleared out all their inhib turrets, and I'm cutting out a lot of this because it's just a super long game. You guys look at the top, it's 37 minutes. And since I'm doing a voiceover, I don't think it would be very entertaining for you guys to watch, so I'm just gonna you know, cut it for you guys and just go off of that. Ooh, a freaking spell shield. It's like a freaking Yasuo perfect win wall right there. But yeah, end up dying to the most broken champion in Season 10. And then Bunny with the Elder Dragon Steel. And guys, by the way, keep in mind, Elder Dragon is like the greatest thing in League of Legends now. It's the most powerful thing. And really quick, you guys can see here, I use my ult to clear out vision so I can just run straight through mid lane. Because I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes going through the lane is the best way to backdoor, because that's the place where they're least likely to have wards, is their half of the mid lane or the top lane. Especially top lane never has wards. Like, who the hell is gonna lane the lane in top? But now I speed it up. Once I get, yeah, I ult, and I mean Cassiopeia sees me. Unfortunately, because they're in voice comms. Oh no, they're not actually. They're not. But if they were in voice comms, they would just all shout out like Nocturne's in our base, blah blah blah. But it's not gonna happen. They're too slow. Our ult backdoor worked, and Lethality Nocturne prevails after a very long game. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to Riot for bringing me to be able to play and have this opportunity, because honestly, it was so much fun as always. But yeah, guys, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe for future content, because you best believe every day we're posting new Season 10 preseason content. We're posting the brand new champion Senna and all the other champions that come out this year, and there are more than one. So you guys want to subscribe and hit that bell, and have a good day, guys. Peace out.